Hey y'all, this is my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City review. I'm sorry it's so late, but again, I had a fever and it was frustrating and I was going to lose my effing mind if I didn't get this video out soon as possible. Anyway, it is Thursday night. Unfortunately, maybe I'm gonna get it out to y'all Friday afternoon. Life is hectic. Also, by now, I'm sure all of you know about the whole Jennie headline, and we talk about it on Pop Roast. I filmed that today, and I also gave my very personal opinion about it on my own Patreon page. So I'm gonna keep that light. I will say it is a little weird reviewing it now that I know what I know, but I'm gonna get through it and try not to be too biased. Anywho, let's get into the episode. So it left off last week when they were getting to that fight, which feels like forever ago because so much shit is going on right now in pop culture. But yeah, Jen was bucking on Lisa, just yelling at her for no reason. Yep, here we go. I'm shutting down now. So we're gonna do a little play-by-play like I did for Portia's Family Matters. Now, once Lisa gets frustrated and doing all this, all in distress, Jen still gets into her face. And I know she wouldn't do that on Atlanta or Potomac or even Jersey. Like, she is really violating Lisa's space right now. But Lisa is trying not to hit Jen. Lisa is touching Jen, however, just telling her to back up, back up. So that's even riling up Jen more. She's like, come on, you wanna go? But then after that, she's like, F me up. And I was asking on Twitter, is it the producer's job to like make sure they don't fight each other? Like, cause they wouldn't pay me enough. And my friend who used to be a producer for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, he was just like, oh yeah, like you're responsible for the cast on the bus. Like you're supposed to prevent that from happening. I'm like, bullshit. I'm gonna be right there. Y'all can tear each other apart. I'm gonna sit right here and watch. Cause if I get hit, it's gonna be a problem. Somebody getting sued on this bus, cause I know y'all got it. I feel like Jen kind of playing it up for the cameras though. So it's calmed down a bit. Jen is on the other side while Lisa is where she was. We see Jennie in her confessional saying, oh yeah, I'm from Long Beach. I know what to do. I gotta take my earrings off and put my hair up. Bring it on, girl. Girl, shut up. If you're really from Long Beach, I wouldn't expect you to be posting the shit you did on your Facebook. They still going back and forth. Lisa yells at her, blame her, not me! And then, Jen hurry ups and try to rush at her, the producer trying to hold her back. Oh my God, take an edible and calm the hell down. Y'all, it is so hard to not curse in the first few minutes. Damn the monetization. Like at this point, what are they even talking about? Like, long as it's good between y'all, who cares? Like, so many people have said things about Jen at this point. Everyone has talked about Jen's case, Jen's arrest. The only fact of the matter is she's going to jail. And Lisa is right. She's not responsible for anybody's actions. Jen did not learn her lesson from last season. Like, stop trying to force people to pick sides. I personally think Heather is enjoying this. She looks so giddy in her confessional. Like, remember when Jen and Lisa were like all buddy-buddy while Heather and Jen were on the outs? Yeah, I think she's really glad that Jen and Lisa are beefing right now because now she has Jen all to herself. So now Jen is screaming at Lisa again saying, you have no idea what I'm going through. I might not see my son go to prom. Girl, that's all you. You made these decisions. Like, that has nothing to do with anyone on this bus. So now she's breaking down crying right now. Okay, she's delusional. Now she's saying that you want to know why they don't have anything on me? Because they don't. Girl, you had, what, the FBI, NYPD, and Homeland Security coming after you. And you think they will come after you without evidence? Really? And she really fixed her mouth to say that Mary and Meredith did something to set her ass up. She is truly a narcissist and sociopath. This is my kid. Oh my God. I can't even hold it in. Oh Lord, this woman. And let's just humor the idea that Mary and Meredith ratted on her. So what? You're committing a crime against the elderly. It basically means your friends have a conscience. Lord have mercy. And now Lisa goes over there to hug her and console her. They were just 3 minutes ago about to go at it. Like blows. At the start of the season, I really thought that I knew where everyone lied. But now it's just like a shuffleboard of alliances. And it almost seems like they're all villains. Like, this is some complete chaos. You know, when I was at BravoCon and I heard them announce the new franchise, I would have never thought we would have got this, y'all. I mean, they are delivering, don't get me wrong, but this is some chaotic shit. Lisa says in her confessional, the reason why she went over to Jen's because basically she feels pity. She pities her. Boy, look at Heather's face. When Lisa went over there, like she darted her eyes like this so hard. She wanted them to be at odds. Like, I'm looking at you, Heather. I see you. There is no innocent person on this cast. So everything's just back to normal now and they laughing. Maniacs. They are all maniacs. And now they're saying, oh, let Jen have the best room. Let Jen have the best room. She's stressed. Y'all, oh my God. I just can't. I can't. So the ladies finally arrive to the property and it's very nice. It's a villa. They have everything laid out, champagne, the whole nine. Everyone's there except for Mary and Meredith. So next scene, all the ladies that are there, they all go out to the pool. They're all in their bathing suits. They're having a fun time. They're acting like they weren't just in a brawl on the bus like an hour ago. Lisa thinks she's sneaky. Like, she made sure she had the bottle of tequila, her brand, in the camera shot with her. Those product placements, she's good with it. She's as good as Bethany. Okay, so meanwhile, we see a car pulling up and it's Meredith along with Mary. They travel together, of course. I mean, you can hear Meredith's voice. Okay, Mary, here we are. So as Meredith and Mary walk in, you know, just like, hello, is anybody here? We see Whitney and Heather on the other side. They hurry up and close the bathroom door so they won't have to look at them. And then when Meredith sees, oh, is somebody in here? Like, Heather hurry up and locks the door. Really? Is it that deep? But unfortunately for Whitney and Heather, the jig is up and Mary and Meredith find them. So they're talking right now and they're just giving them the tea on what happened on the bus ride. Like, they missed out on a huge fight between Lisa and Gent. Honestly, I wouldn't want to be on a car ride for 8 hours, so I think Mary and Meredith had the smarter idea to just catch a flight. Yeah, Heather and Whitney ain't shit. Like, they just said they didn't want to see Mary and Meredith, but they are so giddy telling them about the fight that happened, and then telling them about why it happened, saying that they got into it because Lisa is Meredith's friend. So Meredith says in her confession that she's glad she wasn't on a 7-hour car ride amongst women who get into physical altercations. And then we cut to Mary saying that, oh, damn, I missed that fight. So now all the ladies are getting ready for Whitney's all-white event. And it looks like they're on a time constraint. And Whitney's telling Meredith, like, it's okay, just wear what you're wearing. Like, we're really on a time constraint right now because when the sun goes down, that's it. So Meredith gets on the bus, but then Mary, she's taking her sweet time. Yeah, Whitney is freaking out right now. It looks like they're gonna leave Mary. It looks like they're just gonna tell the bus driver to go back to get her. I will say though, and I'm giving Mary a compliment, I think I do like what she's wearing in this all white. I think it's actually kind of cute. Yes, you heard it here, folks. Chris gave Mary Cosby a compliment. Poor Meredith, though, because she looks silly amongst all these women who actually followed the dress code. So they get to the site, and what is this? Well, I mean, this is a beautiful scenery, but what they about to do? Lord, here we go again with some Nam Yoho Renge Kyo shit. Like, I mean, we saw that all throughout Portia's Family Matters. We gotta look at this again. Lord, another shaman. How many shamans are on Housewives? So Whitney is saying this is to, cleanse everybody, get rid of the bad juju or the chakras, whatever. They're going to be walking a labyrinth trail, which looks like crop circles. So as they're walking this labyrinth trail, they're supposed to be releasing what they want to let go of. So we cut back to Mary, and she's still getting ready. We see in her confessional, she says she doesn't give a flying fuck if she's late. She's saying Whitney shouldn't have planned an event the day they got there anyway. To be fair, if they all just rode on the same transportation, they probably all would have got there on time. So as the ladies are all walking in circle, we go one by one in the confessionals of what all the ladies want to let go. I don't really care. It's all BS to me. Fast forward. So then as the ladies are doing another activity, they're beating drums of some sort, we see Mary pull up, and producers let us know that she is 35 minutes late. Instead of participating, Mary just watches the ladies as they beat drums. We then see the camera on Mary, and she's complaining as she's standing there. She's like, Lord have mercy. Okay, is this really going on right now? I'm guessing she didn't know what they were actually going to be doing. I honestly think even if Mary got there on time, she wouldn't have participated anyway. I gotta say, I can't stand Mary, but I mean, she is giving the confessionals right now. Like, she's mocking Whitney right now doing this. But you know Whitney. Oh, she is just so kooky. So then we see Whitney trying to invite Mary into what they're doing, and Mary's like, oh, no thank you, I'm good. Whitney is pissed, and in her confessional she says that it's pretty hypocritical of Mary not to even participate, because in season 1 we see that Whitney went to visit Mary's church even though she doesn't practice the same religion Mary does. And she has a point. But Mary's just being an asshole right now. I mean, she can't help it. So next scene, the ladies get back from the activity. It's evening time now. They go straight outside for dinner. They're about to have a 5-course meal. And as they sit down, some shit is about to pop off. You just know it. So Whitney is with the BS already. So she proposes a toast, but during it, she points out how Meredith and Mary were late, causing them to miss an activity because once it gets dark, I guess they can't do anything else. Like, just putting them on the spot. Meredith is clearly not amused. So here we go. I mean, she's starting. Whitney's like just getting straight to business. So she asks Meredith, so what happened? Are you okay? Whitney wants to know why Meredith and Mary didn't just ride on the bus with everybody. Meredith's giving a weak excuse right now. She's like, well, my husband, I had to drop him off at the doctor. Girl, just say you didn't want to be on the bus with these hoes. Like, you don't fuck with them like that. That's all you had to say. I didn't want to go. I mean, Mary crazy ass, how much shit I give her. She's going to give a straight answer just because I didn't want to. Now what? What else is going on? What else? Oop, and I was right about Mary. So Whitney asked her the same question. She's like, well, I didn't know I need to have an excuse why. Like, and there you have it. She didn't want to be on the bus with y'all. Period. Yeah, Whitney's still pressing Meredith, and Meredith's just like, well, Mary was kind enough to wait for me. And if you're really trying to hold me accountable, I mean, what about y'all? I mean, we offered y'all to fly on a private jet with us, but y'all took commercial. So don't do me. Well, she didn't say it like that, but she was like, don't do me or I'm going to get angry. Whitney and Heather, bad weather, they really are like creating a storm at the table right now. Like, they keep pressing them for that. And just as I'm watching it now, I'm just like, they didn't want to go on the bus with y'all. What else? What else is going on? Like, they already said what they said. So Meredith apologized, and then Heather's like, well, Mary, are you gonna apologize? Mary's like, no, I'm not gonna apologize. Oh, and here Miss Jen Shaw go, because she is enjoying seeing Whitney grill Meredith. So she says that, well, I think Mary is being honest, whereas Meredith is just trying to tell people what they want to hear. Uh-oh, so now Meredith and Jen going back and forth. I mean, to be fair, Jen, you did insert yourself into that. So if Meredith pop off on you, it is what it is. Meredith says in her confession that she just feels like everybody's just coming at her right now. I think everyone is just kind of sick of Meredith like being up Mary's ass. And you know, Mary has been kind of out of pocket, but they taking it all out on Meredith right now, and they should really keep that same energy for Mary too, if we're being honest. So now Lisa brings up, you know, are we just in a place right now where we can invite Jen and invite you without you being angry about it? So now Jennie speaks up and she says that, yeah, well, I feel like you were mad at me that I invited Jen to my event. And Meredith came right back at Jennie. She was like, well, yeah, I was surprised because you were the one that called her a criminal out of everybody. So as Jennie's trying to clarify herself, she was like, I didn't say that, Meredith. Sorry, give me a second. I didn't say that, Meredith. What I did say was, if she did commit those crimes, then I don't want to be associated with the criminal. And then Jennie yells across the table, I'm not a fucking criminal, Jennie. Too funny, and I think Jennie was not ready for Meredith's comeback. So, Meredith, you get 2 points in that situation. She was like, all y'all bitches ain't gonna tag team me. I'm gonna throw all y'all under the bus. But then again, Meredith, like, you gotta call out your friend next to you, Mary, because she's the one who said the most vile things about Jen. So as they're talking about Jen's innocence, Jen had enough and she said, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm not about to hear this. So as Meredith says she's disgusted, Whitney has a question for Meredith. She asks her, well, as Jenny's saying nasty things about you and Mary's saying nasty things about me, why are you protecting Mary? And Meredith's kind of like dodging the question, and Whitney's like this, did you hear my question? Like head tilted and all. Like Whitney is kind of sick of Meredith's shit at this point. But Meredith's main reason is Mary has been nothing but kind to her and I have no reason to like go off on her. Oh goodness, now we going back to Meredith's family again. So Meredith is saying that, well, when everyone was against me, when Jen was against me, no one was there for me but Mary. And then Lisa perks up, now Meredith, like, I feel like I was there for you. Whitney has had it. She's asking the table now, why is everybody trying to fix Meredith and Jen, but nobody's trying to fix me and Mary? I don't know. Mary showed you who she is. I wouldn't even want to be this woman's friend. So now Mary's just talking under her breath and Whitney's like, excuse me, what did you say, Mary? Mary's doing her makeup. She is totally unbothered. She's just like, I just think you're funny. And Whitney is dead ass serious right now, and Mary can give a fuck less. This is turned into like an accountability contest. Like, seriously. I think everyone is mad that no one is holding Mary accountable. I mean, that's because y'all broads are scared of her and y'all just let her run amok, you know, and without checking her. And it seemed like the only person who did check Mary was Jennie. And child, you know it's hard for me to even back her right now. But Meredith raises a good point. No one has been meaner to me than Jen Shaw, but you all continue to seek her friendship out. So it looks like she's telling Whitney, here's a dose of your own medicine. Mary coming at you? Okay, well, I'm gonna befriend Mary then, because everybody's befriending Jen when she's talking all types of shit about me. I'm really curious to know whose side y'all on, because this shit is chaotic at the table right now. I really don't know whose side I'm on. I'm almost on the side of not giving a shit. But yeah, Whitney ain't letting it go. She's mad at Meredith because she's not checking her friend Mary for treating her like shit. Whitney's like, but you still invited her on a private jet with you, Meredith. Damn, Whitney. I think this is the maddest I've ever seen. And I think she is really checking Meredith right now. Child, meanwhile, the cameras follow Jen and she's in the kitchen eating while the other bros just fighting with each other at the table. Lord, not Jennie trying to bring up the racial comments bullshit. I was on your side, girl, but whatever, ho. But she's trying to call Meredith out on condoning Mary's comments about her eyes and saying that, well, I don't know if it's offensive or not, which is pretty bullshit of Meredith to say. Like, if someone of that culture is telling you that it's offensive, then it's offensive. We don't need your vote or for you to say, well, I don't know if it's offensive. It's offensive. I do think Jennie should have called it out then and there because this was 2 weeks ago, but now she's bringing it up. I think all the women are just mad at Meredith for not supporting them, but supporting Mary just at all costs. It's crazy because Jen Shaw is like the felon at the table who has done like an actual crime. She's being convicted. She has a trial coming up in March. But they're worried about, marrying what she's doing. And even though she's a terrible individual, the feds ain't got nothing on her yet. Meredith isn't taking ownership of what she said, but she is getting real serious with Jennie right now. I was very clear. Get it? Well, you weren't very clear because you said, well, I don't know if it's offensive or not, but I wouldn't say it. I mean, that's terrible to say, Meredith. Like, if I heard a white person say, well, I don't know if it's offensive to use the N-word or not. No, it is offensive. You're hearing me, a black person, telling you that. So I would be angry. So Lisa then tries to give her perspective, but Meredith has had enough. It looks like she's about to burst into tears, and she's disengaging right now. She's like, oh, I just can't take this anymore. I'm leaving. What is she going through? Nothing. There go that word again, disengage. We all need to take shots anytime we hear the word disengage on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. What a coincidence, as Meredith leaves the table, Jen comes back to the table. So now Whitney's asking to the table, well, who's gonna go and follow Meredith and get her back down here? Crickets at the table. I mean, that is Lisa's good Judy, or that's Meredith's good Judy now. Like, everyone's just looking at each other. So then Heather nominates Mary to go get Meredith, and then Whitney joins in too. Is like, just go get Meredith and bring her back here. Mary's like, but I want my steak. It's just like, Mary's just there. She's just there. It's like you have this cast and you just pluck somebody just from anywhere, and just put them in front of them. They had to guarantee Mary a steak on her plate for her to go get Meredith. What am I watching? So Mary goes to talk to Meredith, and they're having a conversation, and it looks like Meredith is really traumatized by Jen. She says that I'm just okay when she's not in my presence. I just don't understand how somebody like Jen Shaw can rock her so much. So much. Like, she's going to jail. Her life is ruined right now. What can this woman possibly tell you to rattle you? That's what I want to know. So Meredith gets back to the table. They ask is she okay. She's like, I don't know. And then you see Jen, just her wacky ass, just eating her food, just smiling like a cat that just ate the canary, just enjoying this. Okay, girl, I'm going to see how much you enjoying this in front of a judge. Oh, Lord, this dinner is still continuing. We got 8 minutes left. So Whitney presents the next question saying, why can't we just get along? And then Mary speaks up and says, well, I just don't have the mental capacity. She tells Whitney, I just mentally can't give what you're looking for. And Mary just don't give a fuck. She don't. Like, Whitney, stop asking her questions. Stop trying to seek her friendship. Please. She is a nut. So once it's established that Mary Cosby doesn't give a fuck, Jen takes the floor and asks Meredith point blank, why did you hire a private investigator to investigate me? So Meredith's answer is, she said, I didn't hire a private investigator to investigate you specifically. I hired them to find out who was sending me these threatening texts. And I submitted all of y'all to be investigated. And with that, Jen turns to Jennie. You told me that she had me investigated. Oops, so now she going after Jennie right now. And when Jen is unhinged, she don't care who's she talking to. And Jennie's like, well, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Well, girl, you better clean it up. I think she got confused, honestly, because Meredith said that the investigator concluded that it was probably Jen Shaw that was sending the text messages. Maybe that's what it was, like it was a game of telephone. But again, like, Jennie didn't say the worst thing at the table. Mary did. So for Jen to take all this out on Jennie, I mean, she should keep that same energy from Mary, and she's sitting right next to you. She is going off on Jennie right now. You fucking told me that she hired a private investigator to investigate me. Jennie looked like she just over it right now. She don't even say anything to respond, or maybe that's just the editing. I mean, for Jen, she has bigger fish to fry. I'm not really sure, like, who she trying to blame on her situation. Like, she should only blame herself. Jennie is saying in her confessional she can't believe how Jen is throwing her under the bus right now. I will say though, it's strange that she's taking this out on Jennie, but didn't Heather and Whitney also tell Jen that Meredith hired a private investigator? So why isn't she mad at them too? It just don't make no sense. So now that Jennie hears that the private investigator concluded that it was her making the threats, now she has her eyes set on Meredith again, saying, yo, you guys think it was me? You think it was me threatening your family? How was I threatening your family? And now we're going back and forth again to the whole Brooks and the vagina thing. Can we leave that in season 1? Please. Now we are back on the vagina gate now, and then Meredith says, well, my son saw your vagina. Jen says, well, I have 2 sons. Not sure what that means. And then Meredith, like, she's just losing it. We saw your vagina over and over. Jen is becoming unhinged again. She starts to get up out her seat. Okay, so now Jen is walking towards Meredith, getting this close to her face, and they're arguing right now. Meredith's like, get out of my face, get out of my face. Like, ooh, now you know, Jen, if you hit Meredith, she is going straight to the cops. And now you convicted too, you definitely going to jail if you hit Meredith. Like, that's why I think Meredith didn't get up, because she was like, touch me, touch me. Ooh, like, Meredith looked like the type that'll bring you to court for nothing. The hands are in the face. Mary is right here. Mary is just chilling right now, but she is like trying to move Jen back just a little bit from Meredith. It's getting intense. I'm not sure why Jen had to get up though. Here we go with Jen's delusional ass now. If I find out if you had anything to do with me getting arrested, girl, you've been investigated for years. She has nothing to do with it. I think I've said this every episode. Jen, sit your ass down. Now, we do see in the corner of our TV screens that there's security right behind Meredith just in case things pop off. So, I mean, I commend Meredith for sitting down, but I couldn't do that. I would have stood my ass up, gotten her face, and if she touched me, I would have slapped her. If I was a woman. Of course. So they're calling each other disgusting. Meredith says she's done. She's done. She's disengaging now. And it looks like Meredith's getting the last word. She's like, I will never do that. I'm not revolting like you. Meredith's like, bye, Jen. Bye, Jen. I'm disengaging, sweetie. So she takes her wine and she gets up and leaves. So Jen has the nerve to call Meredith a fraud, and Meredith has the right response. Who's calling who a fraud now? Love you, baby. Bye. That was a good one, Miss Marks. Who's calling who a fraud? Love you, baby. Bye. It is funny though. I think before this episode aired, she was taking a picture on Instagram of her new merch, Love You Baby, with bye on the back of the hoodie. I mean, Salt Lake City is a riot and it is not over yet. Like, the reunion already filmed. I'm wondering how many episodes we got left. I think we got 2 left, y'all, though, because this season almost seems endless. It is a whirlwind. Now, I really hope it's not 4 parts. Mary did get on Twitter Spaces and say that, but you know, I gotta take that with the salt of green. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna try to edit this as fast as possible. Again, the whole Jennie conversation, it is so crazy how Bravo and Andy Cohen have not addressed this situation. It's almost been a good 48 hours and it just shows a lot. It really does show a lot. They really held Kenya for her Native American headdress, but they can't address Jennie right now. And I think because they're filming season 3, like already, they don't know what to do. But they should have came out with a statement. Keep that same energy for all your wives. I don't even like Kenya like that. But I think if y'all gonna like hold her feet to the fire, y'all need to do the same thing with everybody else. Anyway, y'all, look out for Pop Bros. Look out for Miami. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.